My name is Cathy Signs. I work in human resources for an oil and gas company. I'm also a realtor. I do that on the side. Well, actually, I also own a construction company through my husband, and he ran across one of your inspectors out on site and picked up a business card, and he was really personable, so I held on to it. I had few cards, so when I decided to do this, called book cards, and Catalyst was definitely, just as personable over the phone as they were in the first initial field introduction. So that's really what chose me to stay with Catalyst is the first impressions, and my loan officer. Of course, once I was introduced, he was amazing. So just happened from there. So I was interested in either a buy and flip or buy and hold. It was my first time, and Ernest talked me through, and we went with the hard money loan. This was my very first investment deal. I was very nervous getting into it, but Ernest made it very smooth, very seamless. I kind of knew what I was getting into. I did my research, and it was definitely an interesting roller coaster ride, but we made it to the end, and I'm very happy with the result. So my loan officer is amazing. He kind of set the tone for the entire transaction. And honestly, every team member that I worked with Catalyst was pretty much the same in terms of the way that they service their customer. You could tell that there's teamwork. I like that. It seems like a well-oiled machine. Everybody I met really genuinely cared about the process and getting us through, which was great. I was able to text him at all hours, call him at any time. He would talk to me. There was never a question too big or too small that he was not willing to stop whatever he was doing and answer. And even to the very end through the loan process, which is always the hardest part. I'm in real estate, so I know that. But even the loan officers, you could tell they were doing everything they could to hurry up and meet our deadlines for closing. So I think that's what I like most about it is I can tell it's a good culture from the people, and the fact that they all are pretty much on the same page with their level of service and their deliverables really, was the best thing about Catalyst. The only thing I like to add is Ernest is amazing. He is responsive, he's kind, he's genuine, he's very smart. He will punch the numbers for you. He'll do the analyzing and making sure that you're doing the right thing. He'll give you some good, honest advice and feedback when you need it. He often tells me, this is a business. You got to take the heart out. You got to look at it from a business perspective. So I appreciate that counseling because it's necessary in these types of transactions. So I would say Ernest is genuine, delicate, and just great to work with. So I would recommend Ernest highly to anyone. He's a good lender, and I've worked with real lenders in my real estate world. And he's one of the top that I've ever worked with. So really appreciate Ernest.